We'll get started today in downward facing dog. A few breaths here to land. You can pedal out through the legs, maybe pressing a little more into one heel and then the other, beginning to wake up through the calves, the hamstrings. A few breaths here, generous bend in the knees as you lengthen the hips up and back. Maybe take some pulses, chest to thigh, beginning to open up through the chest, the shoulders. And on your next inhale, right leg will lift. If you want to take some movement here, just beginning to open up through that right side. You can draw circles or maybe bend and straighten the leg. Eventually, we'll step the right foot between the hands, lower the back knee, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Option to bring hands to hips or maybe reach the arms up overhead. You can lift your gaze. And on your exhale, we'll take a half split. So straighten the right leg. You can plant the hands or option to airplane the arms behind you as you lengthen the chest forward. A few more times, just like that. Inhale, shift right back forward. Low lunge, maybe reach the arms up overhead, maybe even cactus the arms for a little back bend. On your exhale, half split, straighten the legs, maybe sweep the arms back behind you. One more time, inhale. And on your exhale, straighten the legs, airplane the arms, pausing here. This time we'll tuck the left toes, high crescent lunge. Shift the weight back forward, lift your left knee, and coming up to standing high crescent lunge. You can sweep the arms up overhead or maybe hands to hips. Readjust the feet, getting out any little wobbles, finding that balance. This time on your exhale, we'll find an airplane lunge. So sweep the arms behind you, and then lengthen the chest forward. Try to find a nice long line, left heel all the way through the crown of the head. Keep drawing the belly in towards the spine. Then squeeze the pinky, shoulder blades in towards one another. Open up through the chest, relax shoulders away from ears. Keep drawing that right hip back in space. On your inhale, we'll shift the weight back forward, high crescent lunge, bend into your right leg, sweep the arms up overhead, maybe find a back bend. One more time, exhale, airplane lunge, sweep the arms back, lengthen the chest forward. On your inhale, high crescent lunge, maybe find your deepest back bend here or cactus the arms. On your exhale, lizard lunge. Plant the hands to the inside of the right foot. You can heel toe that right foot out wide. Option to stay a little more active here to start. So keeping the left toes tucked, you can point and flex the toes as you shift the weight forward and back. Any little movements that you'd like. If you're lifted and you want to go deeper, you can walk the hands forward. You always have the option to lower the knees and maybe the forearms. About 2 more breaths here before we take a variation. You can choose to stay here or we'll take a little twist and then an optional quad stretch. So if you're not already there, left knee will lower down. We'll lift up onto the hands. Plant the left hand down to the inside of the right foot, and then right fingers will open up towards the sky. You can choose to stay here for the twist, or reaching the right fingers towards the back edge of the mat, you can bend your left leg, reach in the direction of the left foot, or maybe you bind. Keep pressing down strong to the left arm to relax that shoulder away from ear. 2 more breaths. Wherever you are, when you're ready, we'll release the hands to the inside of the right foot and step your right leg back. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Take a breath into upward facing or cobra. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Other side, inhale, left leg will lift. You can bend your knee, stack your hips, any little movement that you need through this side. And when you're ready, we'll step the left foot between the hands, lower the right knee, low crescent lunge. Hands to hips, or maybe reach the arms up overhead. You can explore bind. 2 breaths here. Stay here longer if you need, or we'll add that little flow. So half split, straighten the left leg. You can plant the fingertips down or maybe sweep the arms behind you to airplane as you lengthen the chest forward. Flowing here with your breath. So as you inhale, you can shift the weight back forward. Explore that low crescent lunge. Maybe find a little back bend. On your exhale, half split, sweep the arms back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, finding that half split with airplane arms. Here's the change. Tuck your right toes, high crescent lunge. Shift your weight back forward, lift your right knee, sweep the arms up overhead. First time here, so finding that balance, reach down into the feet, readjust them if you need to. Taking that same airplane arms on your exhale, we'll sweep the arms back, lengthen the chest forward, holding here. Keep drawing the belly in, engage the core, and then draw your left hip back in space to square the hips. Think about lengthening, engaging the spinal muscles as you reach the crown of the head forward, peek over the top edge of the mat. On your next inhale, high crescent lunge. Shift the weight back forward, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, maybe find a back bend. One more time, airplane lunge, sweep the arms back, lengthen the chest forward. Inhale, high crescent lunge, maybe cactus the arms, lift your gaze. Lizard lunge. Release the hands to the mat to the inside of the left foot. Left knee stays stacked up over left ankle. You can keep the right toes tucked for a little more active lizard to start. Maybe point and flex the toes, creating some movement through the left side this time. If you want to stay in the active lizard, you can walk the hands forward to deepen, or always option to lower the knees, maybe forearms. 2 breaths here. Stay here longer if you'd like, or we'll make our way to the twist. So if you're not already there, we'll lift back up onto the hands. Right hand plants down, left fingers up towards the sky, maybe lift your gaze. Option 2, add in the quad stretch. So lower the right knee if you're not already there. And sweep the left fingers towards that right foot. Maybe you reach in the direction, or maybe you grab the foot. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing strong to the right arm to relax that right shoulder away from ears. And take another full breath in. On your exhale, release. We'll plant the hands and step it back. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Breath into upward facing or cobra. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and empty the breath out. One more time, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we'll bring the gaze forward past the fingertips. You can walk, step, or jump feet to hands. Take a breath into halfway lift. On your exhale, forward fold. This time, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sweep your arms high, hips low. A few breaths here. And gazing down, making sure you can see and wiggle those toes. So can you shift the weight to the 4 corners of the feet? Keep drawing the belly in towards the spine as you tuck the tailbone down. Then maybe spiral the pinkies in towards one another, create a little more space through the shoulders. You can choose to stay here, or we'll make our way to a chair plane. So sweep the arms back to airplane. An option to lift your heels for a little balance, drinking bird. One more time. Inhale, chair pose, lower the heels, sweep the arms up overhead. On your exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. This time we'll hold here. Again, keep squeezing the pinky, shoulder blades in towards one another. Then maybe lift the heels a little higher, sink the hips a little deeper. One-legged mountain, right leg in towards the chest. Lower the heels. Inhale brings you up to standing. Take that right leg with you. This time, figure 4, bring that right leg across, bend your knees, sink your hips, hands and come to prayer. About 2 to 3 breaths here. Maybe find a variation or choosing to stay in stillness. Take your time. When you're ready, begin to unwind, come back the way you came, right leg in towards the chest, feet together, Tadasana. Full breath in, full breath out. Figure 4, other side. Inhale, left leg will lift, one-legged mountain. And take your time, we'll bring that left leg across, bend your knees, sink your hips. 2 to 3 breaths here. When you feel about even, begin to unwind, lift that left leg up, and then plant the feet, mountain pose. When you're ready, we'll press into the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more breath to close. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, let something go. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today, and I hope to be with you next time you're on your mat.